Alright, so today is review of Make New Friends But Keep Discord and The Lost Treasure of Griffinstone. Two
And
in one,
yours,
because we're
your,
bad.
yours, Smitty.
I'm Smitty, and I'm
I'm the,
with EMC,
the Enduring Man-Child.
and we're going to do both of them in one episode because I'm bad at organizing.
Because that's how we roll.
Yeah,
Because we're getting an awful lot of weekends without new episodes here. They didn't show one on the 9th for Mother's
yeah,
Day. Then they skipped they skipped this weekend. They're going to skip next weekend. It's going to be 2 weeks before we get the dreaded Brony's Dream episode.
yep, June 13th.
Which, if it was to really fulfill all the Brony's fantasies, would have to be rated to X.
Yeah, it's written
I
by
don't.
Larson, so that's pretty
Yeah.
close. It's written by Larson.
Oh no, you're scaring me now.
Yeah. Well, I guess that works. I don't really like that there's been no episodes, but that's fine. So
Well, the season will last longer this way.
that's true.
I understand that,
The
but
hiatus won't be 11 months.
yeah.
All right, so I guess let's start with was it Make New Friends But Keep Discord.
Which is the title's based on an old saying I'd never even heard of until the episode came out. Apparently there's an old saying that says, make new friends but keep the old, one is silver, the other gold, and I'd never heard of that. Just
Uh,
as I also had never heard of keep calm and carry on until Fluttershy's episode came where she reformed Discord.
that was like a meme for a while. I got a shirt that says that shit
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, Make New Friends But Keep Discord. It was the one where Discord was jealous of Fluttershy because she had a different friend.
Hmm.
They brought back the Grand Galloping Gala for this episode.
And you would think that Fluttershy and her new friend would be out in the gardens again,
Yeah,
but they weren't.
yeah, they're just kind of hanging it inside.
Everything was different this time.
Yeah.
But
And
anyway, what'd you think of the new character?
the Smooth.
Tree Hugger.
Oh, Tree. Oh, yeah, yeah. She was kind of funny, I guess.
She was hilarious.
Stereotypical hippie, right?
She was hilarious.
She
And
fit. She fit well.
I mean, the minute I heard that voice, immediately the first thing I started thinking is, okay, who's doing this voice? And first I thought it was Ingrid Nilsson, who does the voice of Maud Pie. And then I thought, who was it I thought next? Was it Ashley? I don't know who it was I thought next. But anyway, I was surprised when all was said and done that it was none other than Nicole.
Nicole Oliver.
Nicole Oliver.
Huh. That's awesome.
Cheerilee, we've only heard her as Cheerilee and Princess Celestia, but she was Tree Hugger, and she did an awesome job.
She was probably a hippie in her youth.
About that age.
Yeah. This episode was written by Natasha Levinger. And I don't see anywhere that she's written before, so it looks like a first time, I think.
It was a very good episode. It introduced
Or no, she's
a
written
character.
before, I guess, but not many. I'm looking at it now.
Uh-huh.
It Ain't Easy Being Breezy, she wrote that.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Pinky Apple Pie, but first one of this season, at least, that she's
Pinky
written.
Apple Pie was a good one too. So
Yeah. So, yeah, in this one, Discord tries to make Fluttershy jealous by bringing the Smooth, his own friend, to the gala.
yeah, the Smooths who appeared heretofore in the My Little Pony the movie, which was either in the '90s or the early '80s, one of the two. I'm not sure.
I don't have it in me to watch the
I've seen it.
earlier
Yeah.
generations. I can't do
I'm
it.
I'm not into them either, but I mean, they brought a character back. And, when Discord was, well, first of all, we saw where Discord lives.
Yeah.
We saw his home. And did you see how he was putting clean dishes in the sink and bringing them out dirty?
Yeah, putting dust bunnies under the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, and the male pony was voiced by Ashley Ball.
Was
Can
it?
you believe that? Yeah, Ashley Ball
Hmm.
voiced the male pony.
That's awesome. There's so many fan fictions about that guy.
Discord?
No, about that male
Well,
pony.
the
It
male
was like
pony.
lost in
Oh,
that dimension.
I didn't realize that. I know there are a lot of fanfics about Derpy being the male pony, but Derpy's not the male pony in the show. Anyway,
I guess not. Or I
I
think she
thought
might be in the 100th episode. One of the clips.
we'll see.
The donkey lady was yelling at Derpy because some invitations got
Matilda,
lost or something.
Matilda.
Yeah, Matilda. I think that Derpy is supposed to hand those out. I don't know. We'll see. Make new friends but keep Discord. Tell me what you liked about it.
Well, I thought that the character of Tree Hugger was a masterpiece. She was hilarious. The lines were just perfect, and not all of them made any sense even within the context. They
Yeah.
were just sort of thrown out there to be stereotypical hippie lines, but they were hilarious.
Yeah.
Nicole did a wonderful job. I could not believe that was Nicole. Oh yeah, I remember who I thought it was. I thought if it's not Ingrid Nilsson, it must be Tabitha.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought it was because Tabitha does all sorts of voices, but no, it was Nicole. But and Discord was so cute when he was jealous. You got to admit that.
Yeah.
Poor feller. I mean, he's never really had a friend before, and he doesn't know how to take it when his only friend has a new friend besides him.
Yeah.
But I want to say something in defense of Fluttershy because a lot of the fans in their comments have said that Fluttershy was very harsh with Discord about that whole thing. But well, I don't know. I'm letting dead air pass here. Maybe I need to write a script beforehand. But I thought, I mean, as she said, what if you had a friend that you could, discuss chaos-based magic with, And my mind is completely going blank. I had a whole list of things to bring up
Well, that's our style.
to show that
we're ghetto.
Fluttershy was not being cruel. Okay, I had a whole. I took a trip earlier today and forgot my driver's license. So that's the way my mind's working now. It's just crazy. But I don't think she was that harsh. And they're still friends. And
She just didn't really understand, I don't think, from his standpoint.
I don't know. She didn't appreciate what he felt like. She didn't appreciate, since he's so new with friendship, she didn't appreciate how that would make him feel.
Yeah.
But she wasn't cruel to him.
Plus,
I
the
don't-
fact that Discord's insane, you can probably expect something crazy to happen.
Yeah. And that's why Celestia invited him. So
Yeah.
anyway, I had a whole list of defenses of Fluttershy for the way she treated Discord, which wasn't. Yeah, she was a little bit put out with him, but I don't think she was overly harsh.
Nah.
I remember now, yeah, because the reason that she invited Tree Hugger but not Discord, because as far as she was concerned, Tree Hugger otherwise wouldn't get to go at all, and
Yeah.
Discord was going anyway. He's going to get his own ticket.
He's friends with Celestia, so.
Yeah,
And she was right, too.
yeah, she was right. So he was going to be there. As far as she was concerned, he was going to be there, so she wasn't trying to ditch him or anything.
Yeah.
But
Celestia in this
Snoop-
episode was kind of out of character.
well,
They tried
I
too
don't-
hard to make her try to fit in.
how about Trollestia?
Yeah.
Trollestia. But I think that it is. I think that make new friends but keep Discord is now. This will probably change in 2 weeks, but is now my favorite episode of the series. Up until now, my favorite episode was the original, unaltered version of. Oh my goodness! Don't tell me I forget the titles all the time. It's the rodeo episode.
Appaloosa's Most Wanted.
No, the other rodeo episode.
Other
The one
rodeo.
they changed. The one with Derpy in it. The one where Derpy spoke.
Oh, that's like season 1, isn't it?
No, that's season 3, I think. Maybe season 4. Season 3, anyway.
I don't remember. Is it Apple Family Reunion?
No, you've never seen this one?
What is it?
I cannot remember the name of the episode. I don't remember stuff like that.
Derpy's
Let
in
me
it?
let me look it up, okay?
Alright.
Just let me look it up. Just a minute.
I got no idea.
I remember now. I remember now. The
Oh,
last roundup. The last roundup.
Okay, I remember this. What
The
season is
last
that?
roundup assumed that Derpy was a male and gave her a male voice, and everybody was offended because you're making her seem stupid,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that combined with her eyes offended some people. And they took her name out. They straightened her eyes up. They gave her a new voice. The voice was perfectly all right. I didn't have a problem with the voice, but I wish they'd let her keep her name and that they hadn't messed with her eyes. But
That was
anyway,
season 2. Last
that was
round.
my favorite episode up and not just for that reason, but also for demonic Pinkie Pie.
Is that where she went crazy when her friends ditched her?
No, no, no. This is the one where Applejack made a pinky promise.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Applejack, you pinky promised. Remember that with the echo effect and everything?
And they had the cart chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm remembering that now.
Okay. Well, that up until now, the original, unaltered version of that episode was my favorite, but it has been surpassed by what I would probably remember in shorthand as the hippie episode.
The hippie episode.
Yeah.
It had a Dumb and Dumber reference in it. It had Smooth was wearing a blue hat and Discord in the orange with their suits.
Well, I've never seen that movie, so I mean I wouldn't know.
It's a decent movie though. It's a goofy movie.
There's a lot of movies I haven't watched.
But it was a pretty obvious reference there. I like that. That was funny.
I saw the Gallagher reference.
Gallagher, what's that?
Gallagher's a comedian who smashes melons with a huge hammer and wets the first rows of the audience.
Oh my god.
You've never heard of him.
Don't think so, no.
Once again, here we are, folks, the perfect couple. Absolutely nothing in common.
We haven't heard about each other's shows.
Only thing we got in common is that we're willing to put up with it with each other.
Pretty much.
Gallagher's a comedian who the first few rows of his audience will have a screen, a plastic screen, like a raincoat that they can pull up, and he just keeps pulling out pumpkins and mushmelons and watermelons and smashing them with a mallet.
That's awesome.
I'm sure you can find him on YouTube.
Probably, yeah. Imagine
Anyway,
getting paid for doing that.
as far as I know,
That'd be awesome.
it could be worse. Could be Carrot Top. I know you've never heard of Carrot Top.
Oh, I know who Carrot Top
You
is.
know who Carrot Top is. Okay.
Carrot Top's ridiculous.
Anyway, great episode. Make new friends, but keep Discord. A great episode all the way around, beginning to end. Great episode.
When Discord tried to banish Tree Hugger,
Mhm.
it showed like a universe that was like a puppet with a sombrero and an
Yeah,
apple orchard.
yeah.
That was disgusting. What was that?
I don't know, but it's the second time that they've used live action in one of the episodes. Of course, the first time was, oh, don't tell me I forgot this too.
It's the cheese sandwich one, right?
Cheese sandwich, right, the alligator.
Pinky Pride, I think.
Yeah, the alligator and the rubber chicken.
Yeah.
That's the first time. This is the second time. As I said, it's a great, great episode. It's a surrealistic episode. It's just fun all the way around.
Yeah, for sure.
And it'll probably be passed as my favorite by the next one on the 13th, unless it turns out to be something horrifying. And
I got a bad feeling. I got a good feeling that it's gonna turn out bad. I don't know why. It just seems like it's just gonna totally flop it.
I would not know. I mean, it's a special show. I mean, it's a worldwide phenomenon. It's one of those rare occasions when magic just happened and nobody was looking for it, and it just happened, and that's the way it always is.
Never can.
It's the phenomenon of our lifetime. So we don't know how it's going to turn out.
We'll see.
Shall we go to the next episode now?
Yeah, the lost treasure of Griffinstone.
Well, and what is the lesson we learned? This is unbelievable. What's the lesson we learned, people? Children, what was the lesson you learned watching this episode? Which is, when you see a member of an ethnic group that you're not familiar with, and they act a certain way, you can be sure every single one of them is exactly the same. Stereotypes are true. If there's one grumpy griffin, that means every griffin in existence is grumpy.
Pretty
They're all
much.
alive. They're all alive.
It's kind of a bad message, but you know.
That's what we got though, isn't it? Every one of them. But I have there've been so many fics about the Griffins, and most of the time they're made out to be these bloodthirsty conquerors, sort of a combination of, I don't know, Genghis Khan and Attila the Hun. And I was kind of worried about that. I've been toying with the idea of writing a fic where they're nice. And here we get the canon version of the Griffins, and well, they're not bloodthirsty conquerors, but they're still not nice. I mean,
The thing was, they used to be though. It had lore. Like they
yeah,
used to be
they were at one time. They
like
were at one time.
rich. They were nice to their own people, and they had a good
Mhm.
army, but they wouldn't talk to anyone else. Was their whole deal,
But
unless
I
they
don't know.
pay.
I don't know if they wouldn't talk to anybody else, but they started out as greedy and everything.
Yeah,
Then King Grover found this relic, found this idol, and the Griffin Kingdom and the capital of the Griffin Kingdom became the envy of the entire equestrian universe,
yeah,
and they were great and everything. And now it's reversed to status quo ante, and and the Griffins are basically the equestrian versions of the Ferengi.
what's
They got
that?
That's a race from the later Star Treks
Okay.
who are absolutely hung up on money and trading and rate of exchange and so forth. Just let's just put it this way: they're the Star Trek version of the Griffins in this episode.
All right. One thing I noticed.
We don't have an awful lot of common culture to connect on, do we?
No. One thing I noticed with this
You're a
episode.
man of the forest, though, are you not? You're a man of the forest.
Yeah, I'm up on the roof. I noticed for this episode was that the
You're one
last
with the
time we
universe.
saw Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash together in an episode was the
Uh-huh.
episode with Gilda.
Hmm.
And it went right back around to that.
Yeah, it was. Well, I'm glad that Gilda got redeemed.
Yeah.
I really am, because the original Gilda episode. It's not that I object to having a nasty Griffin character, but I was kind of upset, that this is the picture we're going to have the Griffins from now on. And I was waiting for a Griffin episode where we would see that they're not all like that, and the first thing they teach us is they're all like that. And they're greedy, and they're materialistic.
And their town
And,
was garbage.
yeah. But anyway, Gilda got redeemed, and she, in spite of her little tiff with Rainbow Dash from the earlier episode, she saved Rainbow Dash's life instead of rescuing the idol, because Rainbow Dash meant more to her than that stupid piece of gold.
Yeah.
She got redeemed. She was redeemed.
It was a good episode. And plus they made each other happy with
They made, yeah,
was it biscuits or scones or something?
scones.
Nah,
I'm not exactly sure what that is. That's some sort of a British thing.
yeah, it's like a
Scones.
tea cake or something you call them. I don't know.
But now,
That's probably racist to everyone from England, but
but is a little bit anticlimactic, because I actually thought that the point of the story was they were going to retrieve the idol and put everything back like it was, and they didn't.
yeah,
And they left. They said, well, what Griffinstone needs is not a golden idol; it needs friendship. But what they do is they make friends with one Griffin, with Gilda, and that's it. They leave.
yeah. There's like good enough for me.
Yeah, we've made one friend here, and good luck with that. It's your job now, and out they go. But Pinkie was absolutely delightful.
yeah,
Pinkie is my pony. She's my favorite, and she was great. And once again, we see that the Pinkie's famous or notorious powers that she has in so many of the episodes cannot in any way advance or affect the plot. Her powers exist only to entertain the audience.
pretty much.
Yeah. To get a laugh out of the audience, she's everywhere at once. But she jumps down a gorge or something, she can't do anything.
Pretty
She's
much.
Or if a giant rock is headed for her, about to smash her to bits, Any other episode, she'd be somewhere else automatically. But no, something like that happens, you actually have to save her or she's a goner.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But Pinky was great. It's so good to see Pinky and Rainbow Dash because, I've never forgotten. Yes, I read Cupcakes, and anytime I
Ugh.
see Pinky and Dash together, it's great. It's great to see them together,
Yeah.
and it's great to see Gilda. Gilda will probably be the queen now.
Oh,
She'll
probably.
restore everything.
Something
She'll,
like that.
yeah, because they had a king up until all this happened.
This episode was written by Amy Keating Rogers, so I wouldn't leave that out of the picture. That could happen.
I would not be surprised if we don't see Gilda again sometime in the future.
Well, Twilight said she wanted to go back, right? Like, she wanted to see it, but she wasn't allowed because the map didn't let her go.
Yeah. Gilda had the same voice actress. Sometimes the voice actors change. The original Spitfire no longer voices Spitfire. You know that. Spitfire.
I didn't know that.
Spitfire in. I'm trying to think of the two episodes. One of them is Sonic Rainboom.
Rainbow Falls would be one.
Well, no, I'm talking about the original Gilda. That's the second Gilda.
Oh, you're talking about Gilda.
Not Gilda. I mean Spitfire. There are two Spitfires. Okay. The original Spitfire, the first season Spitfire, was in. She was in Sonic Rainboom, and she was in The Best Night Ever. She was in those two episodes.
Those are in season 1.
Yes,
So
season 1.
There on, it was someone different.
Yes, it's a different voice. The second voice we got in Hurricane Fluttershy. Hurricane Fluttershy, Spitfire has a new voice, and that's the voice she's had ever since. But her first two appearances, she was voiced by somebody else.
Huh.
And can you believe that Gilda is voiced by the same actress as Sonata Dusk?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yes, Wade.
That's awesome.
Sonata
no
Dusk.
idea.
Sonata Dusk is one of my many waifus. I have several. She's one of them.
She was the goofy one from
She was the goofy
Rainbow
one.
Rocks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
awesome.
I'd say this was. We got to see the map again. I was getting a little bit antsy about the map.
How many episodes was it?
It was episode 1 and 2, and then it was episode 8.
So in between it, there was
5 episodes.
Yeah, 5 episodes between
And
them.
I'm glad. I was a little bit worried that they were going to spend the entire episode out of Ponyville, and I'm glad that they went home. But I was getting a little bit antsy because isn't it time that they went somewhere? And
Yeah,
they did.
I was starting to believe it was going to be a season opener and a season ender. They're going to use the map. Other than that, it's just it's just a table for eating off of.
So the other 4, Twilight and Fluttershy and Rarity and Applejack, will pair up, and each pair will go somewhere. And my theory is that Rarity, whoever Rarity goes with, will be sent to see the dragons.
Yeah.
That's just my theory.
What if Rarity goes with Spike?
That would be wonderful because she should marry Spike.
She
really
should. He's been trying so hard for so many years.
He's 100% loyal to her. 100%.
I don't know if they'd ever incorporate that. 'Cause
Well,
he's so young, so I don't think they would.
They did in a couple places. They did in the birthday episode. I'm sorry, I cannot remember the titles of the episodes.
The one where he went batshit and he grew.
Yeah.
What was that called? I know this one. I'll look it up. Hang on. I'll notice it in a second here.
Remember, they were falling to their death,
Yeah.
and Spike was going to confess to her, and before he did, she stuck out her hoof and silenced him,
Yeah.
and cried at the same time because she already knew.
Yep. What was
And-
that one called? Jesus Christ, I don't remember it. Secret of My Excess? No.
The Secret of My Excess. That's it.
Was that it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry to our audience of 0.00001.
0.
Sorry, 0. I'm sorry, but my memory is horrible. My memory is terrible. I cannot remember anything anymore.
Well, we're trying to remember 1 out of 100 episodes here, though.
Yeah. But I always have trouble with the titles. I always call them something else. There's the rodeo episode and the hippie episode and the tornado episode. That's the best I can do.
Good
But
enough.
anyway, this episode, uh, Lost Treasure of Griffinstone, great episode. It was great to see the map again. Great to see Pinky and Dash in action together, and a little disappointing to see that the Griffins are all stereotypes. But it was wonderful to see that Gilda was redeemed, and now she's going to redeem everybody.
I
Now
thought it
that
was.
everything's going to be wonderful now.
I thought it was kind of a weak episode, really, because like on the map it showed their kingdom was all huge and shit. But this might
Uh-huh.
as well have been the City of Kings. Might as well have been Gondor.
Yeah,
But it was like three buildings on top with a tower, like a
yeah.
watchtower, wasn't that? I don't know. It
And
could have been cooler.
Pinky's interaction with the statue of King Grover was just wonderful.
Yeah, this beak just falls off.
Yeah.
She's breaking their ancient stuff. She's ruining their town, but
Of
whatever.
course, they don't care, but she gives them baking powder, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Pinky is great. Pinky's my favorite pony, and she came through, and Rainbow came through, and it was so wonderful to see Gilda and Rainbow reconcile. Now the only thing left is for Gilda to apologize to Fluttershy, and we're all good.
yeah. Maybe it'll happen. Just maybe. Um, so I guess that's it for the episodes.
So we're going to look now at the old cartoon of the week.
If we could do a quick one, yeah.
This will be a quick one.
All right.
Uh, this week I'm going to explain Ralph Bakshi's Mighty Heroes.
All right.
Ralph Bakshi was a famous, and I guess he still is, a famous animator. He was famous for making the first X-rated cartoon, Fritz the Cat, and he also made the Lord of the Rings cartoon, the early Lord of the Rings cartoon that came in between the two Rankin Basses,
All
the
right.
Rankin Bass Hobbit in '77, and the Rankin Bass Return of the King in 1980. In between those, Bakshi made the first two books, I think. And anyway, he came to work for Terrytoons. Terrytoons dates all the way back to 1917. 1955, it was sold to CBS. They brought in Gene Deitch, brought in a bunch of other people, changed the animation style completely. Went from stuff like Mighty Mouse and Heckle and Jekyll, went to stuff like Deputy Dog, Hector Heathcote, Possible Possum, the Astronaut, Hashimoto, Gaston Le Crayon, Clint Clobber, just a whole bunch of stuff like that.
I don't know any of these people.
Sidney the Elephant, got to mention Sidney the Elephant. And anyway, during this time, Bakshi was sort of a boy wonder with the CBS owned Terrytoons, and he pitched the idea for the Mighty Heroes, which was added. It ran for 20 episodes in the season of 1966 and 67. I remember it well. It was a segment of the Mighty Mouse Playhouse, which became the Mighty Mouse Mighty Heroes show. There were 20 episodes. There were 5 Mighty Heroes: Strong Man, Rope Man, Tornado Man, Cuckoo Man, and Diaper Man, who was a baby. Perfectly articulate baby. 2 people did the voices: Herschel Bernardi was Strong Man, Diaper Man, and Tornado Man. Lionel G. Wilson, who did a whole spate of Terrytoon voices, did Cuckoo Man and Rope Man. They were summoned whenever there was trouble in the town. There would be these fireworks, and they would come together and mostly for just fall on their face. I mean, they were supposed to be, funny. They were supposed to be, idiots, and that's what they were. They always won in the end, but up until then, I mean, they were idiots, and if you were a little bitty kid, they were hilarious. And I think, I'm not sure, but probably every one of these episodes is up on YouTube right now. I've seen a few of them. And before we go, here's an unexpected coda to the whole Mighty Heroes problem, Mighty Heroes thing.
Dear.
Now I'm engaging in not misanthropy. I'm a malapropism now. In 1987, Bakshi returned to television with the notorious series The New Adventures of Mighty Mouse, which, as everyone remembers, was yanked off the air after allegedly showing Mighty Mouse using drugs. It was a very bizarre, surrealistic cartoon. The enemy was called the Cow, even though he was male. And in one episode, they actually brought the Mighty Heroes back. They were all grown, including Diaper Man. And let's see what they were lawyers or something in a law firm or something.
Did Diaper Man still wear a diaper?
I don't exactly remember, but they were part of a firm called Man, and Man.
Hmm.
But anyway, the original Mighty Heroes, Strongman worked at a garage, Tornado Man worked at a weather bureau, Rope Man worked on the docks, Diaper Man lived in a crib because he was a baby, and my personal favorite was Cuckoo Man, who ran a pet shop and changed by jumping into a cuckoo clock. And he was, of course, the stupidest of them all, and therefore my favorite. So if you get if anybody out there of our 0.0000 ad infinitum point one fans or listeners who might be interested in early Bakshi, check out Mighty Heroes on YouTube.
I looked up a photo of it just now, and there's a guy at my uh, school. His welding helmet has the really big guy on it, a sticker.
Yeah, a strong man.
Yeah, he's got that guy on his helmet.
Strong man.
He's got his hands on his hips.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, if you're a Bakshi fan, you have to look up Mighty Heroes. And I would also advise, maybe if you can find it, the 1987 New Adventures of Mighty Mouse. Just watch an episode, see if it's as bad as everybody said it was. I mean, I know why they took it off. It was very outre, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I mean, they showed Mighty Mouse sniffing powders off of a flower that he was holding. That's what got him yanked off the air. But it was a really bizarre cartoon. There was a very subtle reference to adultery in one of the episodes that I won't go into. But where Mighty Mouse's wife had cheated on him with the cow or something like that. But strange cartoon. But anyway, Mighty Heroes made a reappearance in one episode of the 1987 show. The classic show was on for 20 episodes, one season, 1966 to 1967. The Mighty Mouse, Mighty Heroes show.
It's kind of cool.
And I feel like an idiot because I was not able to remember anything I was going to say this episode. And I remembered everything about 20 minutes afterwards, and I sound like an idiot this week.
It's best not to plan and just let the shit roll.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll be it for this week.
All right then. So I guess we'll see our legion of microscopic fans at a future date when the Notorious Brony episode comes out.
Yeah, which there's no episode next week. It'll come out the 13th of June. So
13th of June.
That's 3 days before my birthday, which is going to be wicked. Because I probably won't get to see it till my birthday. So, yeah.
So, see you all next time?
Yep. Bye till next time.